This is very similar to part A on problem 3 on induction with graphs worksheet. All right, so the only difference is that we have a star here, star, this thing that looks like this, and not a path like we have on induction with graphs worksheet. All right, so this part A, in all of the induction problems, there's nothing to do. You don't have to think too hard about it. I mean, there's some writing to do, but there's not. Don't think too hard about this. Don't make this harder than it needs to be. Think of P of n here. P of n, this is like a function. You put a number, and n is the placeholder. If you put a 1 in there, P of 1 is just replacing that n with a 1. So it's literally just put a 1 there, a 1 there, and a 1 there. And that's it. So let me show you how to do that. Okay, so the star graph with one vertex has 1 minus 1 edges. That's it. You don't even need to make 1 minus 1 equal 0. Don't do any math. Just replace the n with a 1. All right, so P of k. The star graph with k vertices has k minus 1 edges. Now notice that I just replaced n here with a k. That's all I'm doing. Remember, these are the 3 statements that we'll use in a proof by induction. I'm just writing them out right now. So P of k plus 1 the star graph with k plus 1 vertices has k plus 1 minus 1 edges. That's it, right? Notice again that I replaced n here with k plus 1, k plus 1, k plus 1, k plus 1 minus 1. Right, I had an n minus 1, so if you replace the n with a k plus 1, then you have k plus 1 minus 1. I know that's equal to k. You're absolutely right, that's equal to k. But you're thinking way too hard when you're saying, oh, k plus 1 minus 1, that's equal to k. That's too much work. Right here, we just write down exactly the same thing, except we replace the n with the 1 or the k plus 1. That's it. If you're thinking at all on this part, on part A, you're thinking way too hard.